Stephen the Geordie Wild Camper, and tonight we're hiking to the top of this mountain and we're going to be camping in an ultralight tent. So I've came all the way to the Lake District to climb a mountain up there, somewhere around the High Street area, and I've parked down at Haweswater Reservoir. I am meeting somebody at the top, a fellow YouTuber, Moffat Mountain Adventures. It's looking really quite dry. You can see the reservoir isn't completely full at all, and we're running on about 5:30 at the moment, so the pressure's on to get to the top. So we've made it to small water just before that last climb, but you have to say this is spectacular. And probably what's even more interesting is how they were formed from glaciers that ran across these mountains and carved out these hollows as it moved down. And these waters stay because some of the water was left, and that water continues to come down and along and down into the reservoir. But it's so calm at the moment. Beautiful. You could definitely have a little swim in there, but I'm pushed for time, so I'm getting up. Right, well, I've made it to the top now, top of Mardale Hill Bell, and I'm walking all the way along to the knot because that's where I said I would meet Rob. But look at that at the back, Hill Bell. I think that's Frostwick Cairn. But all looking absolutely stunning, and the layers behind, the layers of the rest of the peaks is truly unbelievable. Minimal wind. I feel like it's going to be like this for pretty much most of the night. Temperatures are going to drop because we're going to get some clearer skies, and I'm out in some pretty tetchy stuff, so we'll see how we get on. Right, I've got about another half an hour walk, so come on. Right, this is the summit of High Street. Now, I was meant to be meeting Rob here. I cannot see him. I think he might have pushed on to the knot, but he did ring, but I missed the call. And that's because I was on the phone to me granddad. So if you're watching this, Granda, it's your fault. Just joking. Oh, big shout out to all the family. So I've just rang Rob there, and he's on the top of Harterfell. So we got completely mixed up. So what we've decided is I'm going to go meet him at Mardale Hill Bell, where I've just come from. Yeah, I don't think my leg could take getting back up onto Harterfell. It's I've done about 5 or so K, and that's more than enough for me. Don't overdo it. Right, so we'll head back down that way and get pitched down there. But the temperature's starting to drop like, so let's get sorted. Right, that sun's going down pretty fast, and I think this is the spot. I've hummed and hawed. It looks like Rob's going to be staying on top of Harterfell. He hasn't messaged back. We've got sunrise directly over there. I wanted to get a bit more towards Haweswater Resi, but to be honest, nothing's flat. It's all like jagged rocks and things, so I'd rather have a nice morning. A nice night. And this is going to go down any second, so let's get pitched. Well, that was a bit of a mad one. Rob's decided to stay up there. He's just texted us there in a... I've just tried to put the drone up, but the battery's cold, so it won't get up. But that is fine. I'm going to get tucked into a AU Blue Raspberry. I just picked it up at the petrol station because I had no other choice. I had nothing. Oh, it's getting on for God knows what time now. It's 9 o'clock exactly now. Cheers. What a sugary. So I'll wait till the sun goes down properly, and I think we'll get something on the go. That was a canny blast up them hill. A canny blast back anyway. I'm not just sure on the pitch on this light, to be honest. And you can already feel the condensation coming through. So hopefully we'll get some venting. And we're hoping for a good sunrise, and I'll show you a little about a little bit more. I'm a little bit cold. Put my gloves on, just get my fingers, my digits going. I've got my sleep gear in here, thermals, which I'm going to put on in a second. Get a few star jumps out and before getting into bed. But not fancy for tea. I've got a couple of bits as well, but this is in homage to a fellow YouTuber, Chris Homer. There's some great stuff on YouTube. If you haven't seen him, check him out. Very, very good videographer and photographer as well. So I love his stuff. So cheers, Chris. He loves the pot noodle. He always has a pot noodle on it. I'm not sure the story behind that, but I always see him on. So Chris, if you've got a story behind it, let me know down in the comments. The old pot noodler. Bloody hell, that's red as. I've not had one for ages. I'm sure they have a bit more flavour normally, like. Maybe that's just me. There's a moment, just after the light fades, when the land exhales. And in that stillness, you start to realise how loud everyday life is. Up here, on Mordale Hill Bell, under the moon, with nothing but the hush of the fells, you remember why you came. Not to prove anything, not for the footage or the photos, but to feel small and somehow more complete because of it. Well, that was a little bit of a cold one last night. I had to use some of them heat pads just to keep us warm a little bit. It looks like it got down quite a bit because we've got some frost. That sun's just about to come up. Plenty of condensation in here naturally with that temperature variation and zero wind. Nothing to dry anything out, so one of those things to be expected. It's not something you can get around, it's just natural, what do they call it, thermodynamics maybe? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to quickly get a brew on and watch this sun come up. Yeah, that's a beauty. Absolute beauty. Oh, something awfully therapeutic about sunrises. Signals a fresh new start, I suppose. A new day. Anyway, the reason for this camp was to test out some of the ultralight gear ready for an upcoming 5-day adventure that I've got. So the Durston X-Mid Pro 1 is around about 450 grams ish. I've also got the carbon pools that go with it, which keep the weight really down. I want to reduce the weight as much as possible to help support my ankle, or my Achilles even, to make it as easy as possible. Something I've used quite a bit over the last year, last summer at least anyway, is this, which is the Hyberg Loadout quilt. It's been top notch actually. Even last night I was a little bit chilly, but it got down to like 0-ish. I think this is good to about 2 maybe. But no major issues with pair of thermals. And I think that's maybe just under 600 grams maybe. Maybe a bit less. This is something I'll probably be swapping out. So this is a sleeping pad, a real budget friendly sleeping pad actually from Qunature. If you haven't seen these guys, a couple other people have seen them on their YouTube and what have you, Mark Outdoors, Martin Hornsey, they've used them. I dropped them a message and asked them if they were any good. Said yes. Just got a hold of one, and to be fair, really comfortable and fairly warm actually. I think it's got a ASTM value of 5, which is really good, and I think they're under around about 80 quid. So, you know, looks really well made, well, feels really well made anyway. Only one caveat, this little valve here is a bit annoying to deflate, but does the job. And if you're after something that's going to keep you warm and is budgie friendly, I think this could be the one. So anyway, I'm going to swap this out for the Thermarest Neo Air Ultralight. I do have a pop chamber here, but it's like a pretend pillow, so I don't really mind. But that is super ultralight. It's very rare actually. I don't even think they make them anymore. But that'll keep my base weight in terms of tent, sleeping bag and sleeping pad nicely under 1.5 kilos. Right, so there you go, all packed away into this 38 litre bag. I have got some obviously extras in there, filming gear, drone, that type of thing, so it could be even lighter. And when I do the 5-day event, I'll not be taking the drone, I'll not be taking my big camera, or the new camera that I've got, the APS-C one. I will be taking the GoPro and my phone, and that's probably about it. And a few batteries obviously, but that'll reduce the weight down again. So yeah, really happy with this. Normally I'm struggling to pick these up. I'd say normally I'm around about 10, I'll try that again. It has got this little pad bit, which is kind of annoying like. I'm going to have to just tape that off because my back sweats regardless. And it gets, when you're trying to put it on your back, it gets stuck. But normally I'm around about 10 kilos, something like that. I think I'm probably somewhere nearer the 7 with this. Not that I've weighed it, just a rough guesstimation. I think I will get some hip belt for it, just a little thin one, just to give a bit extra support if I've got some extra food in or something like that, because everything just sits on your shoulders here. But another absolutely stunning camp. Leave no trace as usual. If you watched my last video, don't leave any trace. That's the whole point. Oh. And I suppose until next time, I'll catch you on the next one. Actually, I've just thought, just want to say a very, very big shout out and a big thank you to Sprayway. Been supporting me for a number of years. Top quality brand, someone that I'll always trust. Great people there, and that's why I like them. Make some very, very good products and serve me super well over the last winter period. So I can't wait for the next one now. It's just that dreaded walk down.